want to have a voice in something you feel passionate about? Well, this is your chance. You could run for Oregon Kid Governor. Oregon Kid Governor is a program for 5th graders all around the state. And all you have to do to run is create a 3-minute video that includes why you want to run for Oregon Kid Governor, the topic you want to run for, your leadership skills, and the 3-point plan that will help you execute what you want to do. I really want to say that all the effort you put in is totally worth it. And I have had an amazing year as Oregon Kid Governor 2021.
Imagine yourself Governor of Oregon, working with your cabinet to turn your platform into a reality. Well, that's what 5th graders from every corner of Oregon apply to do every year. And only one gets elected to serve as Oregon Kid Governor. The finalists become part of the governor's cabinet. Hello, welcome to InSight. I'm Wendy Brokaw. Oregon's Kid Governor is a statewide civics program for 5th graders managed by the Secretary of State's office. It's an affiliate of Kid Governor, an award-winning civics program created by the Connecticut Democracy Center to, as it puts it, empower 5th graders to change the world. It's timed to coincide with Election Day in November. Oregon is one of 4 states, including Connecticut, New Hampshire, and Oklahoma, to offer the program. Oregon's 2024 Kid Governor is Zoya Shah of Findlay Elementary School in Beaverton. Her platform was creating mental health awareness in kids. 5th graders, imagine. What's it like to be a Kid Governor? And why is the Kid Governor program important? My guest today is Tanish Garg, Oregon's 2021 Kid Governor and the 4th one to serve in the position. Welcome to InSight.
Hello, thank you so much for this opportunity, Wendy.
Well, I was so excited to learn about this program. I thought, what? 5th graders being a governor? I think that's amazing. And I wondered, how did you first learn about the program?
Well, I first learned about the program from my school. I remember my 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Sewell, explaining the Kid Governor program to our class. And she explained how we had the chance to run to be the Kid Governor of the entire Oregon, and this definitely appealed to me and I was very intrigued.
Well, how was it explained to your class how it works?
It was explained to our class as an opportunity for 5th graders to learn about civics and an opportunity for us 5th graders to make a difference on a topic that we were passionate about.
What made you decide to sign up for it?
Before being introduced to the Kid Governor program, I thought that I was too young to make a difference. I didn't believe that people would listen to me. But the Oregon Kid Governor program completely changed my perspective on that. And it showed me that I could make a difference. It didn't matter if I was only in 5th grade.
You just can't decide, yeah, I want to be a part of this. You have the whole application process. What do you have to do?
So you have to make a campaign video to start. And in that campaign video, you have to have your community issue, your 3-point plan, why you would like to be the Oregon's Kid Governor, and your leadership skills.
That's daunting. Let's start with leadership skills. What did you think qualified you?
So one of the things that I realized about myself is that I'm a very social person and I love to meet new people. And to be a leader, you have to know how to bring your team together. Because no matter if you're the best leader in the world, if your team isn't united, you won't be able to achieve as much if your team was. I found out that I was very good at helping bring people together, which is one of my leadership skills.
When you bring people together, that means you also employ other skills. How do you get them to be united?
I talk to a lot of people and I just try to make the conversation feel very light and warm and make the environment feel very safe and make people feel comfortable and not as if they're an outsider. I want to include them.
What was your experience doing that before you became Kid Governor?
I had been part of teams like Lego teams and other teams which helped me talk to everyone and helped me make a safe environment in those places and become very friendly with everyone.
What was the community issue you wanted to address?
The community issue that I want to address was racism. Racism is a problem all over the world in different forms. One day I was thinking, if everyone was the same, we all looked the same, talked the same, did the same things, life would be really boring. It's our differences that make us who we are and that make this planet such an amazing place to live on. I realized that people, when they don't know something, they're more likely to judge. Such as, I have grown up my entire life celebrating Holi, which is an Indian holiday, where we put colors on others. But from an outsider's perspective, this may be totally crazy, and they might judge more. This is why I want to share about different cultures and bring people together so that we can make deeper connections with everyone.
You really are passionate about kind of having a say in helping communicate ideas.
Yes, this is one of the biggest things I love, is bringing people together, and I think that making deeper connections with everyone is really important, and it can make our community grow so much better and make us a much better community.
Well, thank you. What was your three-point plan?
My three-point plan was ACT. It stood for awareness, communicate, and take action.
You had obviously a number of ways that you could have gone about that, but how did you decide to run on that?
I wanted to make sure that people knew about all these amazing cultures and all of our differences that make us who we are. I wanted people to understand why these people do these things. And that's why I wanted to spread awareness about the different cultures.
And that would go a long way, you thought, toward perhaps maybe mitigating the effects of racism.
Yes, I thought it would be able to bring people together and so that we can have a much better community.
Tell us about all the candidates for Kid Governor. They all had to make a campaign video, and that's a big deal. And you're all in the process of doing that. Had you ever done video before?
No, that was my first time doing a video, but it was mostly my parents who helped me with the filming and editing. But I remember that I was figuring out what I wanted to say and what I wanted to do, and then I thought that my entire platform was about being yourself. So why not just be myself when I make this video? And that was the thing that finally helped me finish my video.
I like that. Be yourself?
Yes.
How did it help you? Give me a sense of what it took to actually create it. Did you storyboard your ideas? How did you come up with this?
First, I had to make my three-point plan, and then I had to figure out how I wanted to present that, how I wanted to talk about that. And I had to find out, I had to talk about my community issue and what I wanted to do to help. And I put together all these things that I wanted to say, but I felt like it wasn't personal enough, like it was just me saying what I'm going to do. So I wanted to give a personal feeling to it to make it resonate with the kids who are going to watch this.
How long did it take you to make it?
Oh, it took about an entire evening to think about it and film it and get it how I wanted to look. But in the end, I'm really happy with the result, and I'm really glad we spent that time on it.
Well, why don't we take a look at it? No, let's take a look. See what you did.
Hi, my name is Tanisha. I'm running for Oregon Kid Governor this year because I think that racism should not have any place in our society. I believe that I will make a good kid governor because I am passionate about leading by example to make a difference. I have had experience in the past to lead small groups and clubs, and I am very grateful to have been recognized for being a good leader. I would like to use this skill to make a positive impact. My cause is to raise my voice against racism. Racism is all about being judged negatively because of the differences in the color of your skin and your culture. Can you imagine being treated like that? The word united in the United States of America means together, like we're all in this together. But if we treat others unfairly because of their race, We are not living up to the word united. Let me tell you a personal story. One day during recess, I was told by my friend that he didn't want to play with me because he thought brown people were annoying. I was confused and also felt horrible. I didn't want to tell anybody because I thought being brown was a mistake. Lots of other people might have faced this too. I can make a difference against racism with my 3-point plan. ACT. The A stands for awareness. I will raise awareness on racism. I plan to make a club where kids can join in and we can together learn about racism and its effects in our society. I will take on the initiative to talk to different schools to participate in this effort. The C stands for communicate. I will create a safe environment for students to feel okay about sharing their personal experiences. Lastly, the T stands for take action. I am planning to organize food sales with different culture foods to celebrate our differences. This will also help in fundraising to donate to organizations who help in the cause. And not just that, I will also write letters and talk to our legislators to bring about meaningful change. Racism can only separate, but kindness can heal. Do you think we should continue like this or make a change? Help me take action against racism. Kids are the future of this society. You and I can make a difference. If you support my cause, please consider to vote for Tanisha for this year's Oregon Kid Governor. Thank you.
Wow. Well, you accomplished one goal. You were yourself and a lot of others. Tell me, what did you take away from that experience of being a videographer and putting together a video?
Well, it was obviously a unique experience, and it was my first time making a video, and I learned how to deliver my words a little better so that they can make an impact and I could try to inspire someone. And this was really one of my first experiences doing speaking with an impact and trying to inspire people.
Just like a real election, you had to come up with a platform and a campaign. What was your platform?
My platform was helping bring kids together and celebrating our differences.
Well, thank you. What was your 3-point plan?
My 3-point plan was ACT. It stood for awareness, communicate, and take action. The awareness was I wanted to spread awareness about the different cultures and share and celebrate our differences and our diversity. The C was communicate. I wanted to create a safe space for any kids to talk about past experiences with racism and make sure that they don't feel judged just because of who they are. And finally, take action. I want to organize events like food sales and sports tournaments and raise money to donate.
How did you decide to run on that?
I wanted to make sure that people knew about all these amazing cultures and all of our differences that make us who we are. I wanted people to understand why these people do these things. And that's why I wanted to spread awareness about the different cultures.
And that would go a long way, you thought, toward perhaps maybe mitigating the effects of racism.
Yes, I thought it would be able to bring people together and so that we can have a much better community.
Tell us about all the candidates for Kid Governor. They all had to make a campaign video, and that's a big deal. And you're all in the process of doing that. Had you ever done video before?
No, that was my first time doing a video. But it was mostly my parents who helped me with the filming and editing. But I remember that I was figuring out what I wanted to say and what I wanted to do, and then I thought that my entire platform was about being yourself. So why not just be myself when I make this video? And that was the thing that finally helped me finish my video.
Did that experience help you when you had to present ideas to other people?
That experience helped me a lot, as it gave me so many great ways to use my hands when I'm speaking, because before I would never use my hands when I'm speaking, and it helped me deliver my words with an impact, and it also let me think about what do I really want to do as my plan, as ACT, And it helped me think, and I thought a lot more about it when making that video.
Time is important.
Yes. I had to make sure that I wanted to get my point across, but I couldn't be saying a lot about it. I had to keep it concise, which was also a great skill that I picked up thanks to the video.
So everybody's done their videos, and they've submitted them, and they're being judged, and now you have to wait for the results. What was that like?
Oh, that was one of the hardest moments in my life. I remember when I was waiting to find out who the finalists were, every day before I went to sleep, I would be like, when are they going to release the results? I just want to know right now. And then when they did release the results and I was in the finalists, I was overjoyed. But then came the wait, would I get elected to be the kid governor of Oregon? And now when I went to sleep, I didn't think about when they're going to release the results. Every day I would think, I actually have a chance at being the kid governor of Oregon. This is crazy.
Let's take a look at the video of you finding out that you had just been the winner. Let's take a look at that.
It's my immense pleasure to announce Springville's very own Danish Garg as Oregon's next kid governor. Congratulations to Danish, Miss Sewell, and all of Danish's friends. And oh, yes!
So, Tanish, you want to tell us how you feel right now?
I am just gone. Like, my mind is blown. I don't know what to say. I am at a loss for words. I have no words coming out of my mouth.
That's great. Oh, that must have hit you so hard. Like, what?
Yes, that was one of a one-of-a-kind moment. I remember that day. In the morning, my mom had told me that I had an appointment right after my morning Zoom class. So I had to be dressed up and ready so that we could leave immediately. And she also told me that there were going to be some people coming to fix the light in my room that wasn't working anymore. And I completely believed her, so I thought absolutely nothing was amiss when I sat downstairs where I don't normally sit and I was fully dressed up. And then my teacher said that we have some special guests coming. And when my teacher admitted Raga, the previous Oregon kid governor, to the Zoom meeting, my heart started beating twice as fast. And I'm pretty sure that's the fastest my heart has started beating. And I looked down on my hands and they were like shaking. And when she finally announced that I was the Oregon kid governor-elect, I was overjoyed and I was being bombarded with emotions and I was just completely speechless. I had no idea what to say.
Oh, that is so terribly exciting. And only the fourth such Oregon kid governor, still a trailblazer.
Yes.
And just like the actual governor of Oregon, you were inaugurated. Tell us about that.
So my inauguration due to COVID was on Zoom, so I couldn't go to the Oregon State Capitol, but it was still a very unique experience. I remember being sworn in by our Honorable Judge Paul DeMunis, and just seeing Secretary Fagan on there talking was just amazing. And that instance was the first time I was giving a speech.
Lastly, the T stands for Take Action. I plan to do some fun food sales with foods from different cultures to celebrate our differences. I think this is a good way to support and show that we can enjoy other cultures. In this effort, we will also try our best to support local businesses that have been hit really hard because of the pandemic. As we learn and grow in this effort throughout the year, we will plan to take other actions as well. Racism can only separate, but kindness can heal. Let's all work together and make this world a better place for each one of us. I am eager to start this year with you. Thank you.
I was very, very nervous, but I kind of just went with the flow and it all went well and I was really happy. It was also very amazing to see that my class, my 5th grade class, was singing the national anthem on that inauguration day, and that was really heartening for me.
Oh, What a joy. And a surprise?
Yes, it was actually a very big surprise.
Oh, wonderful. Real support there.
Yes.
You said your teacher was really important to you in this whole process.
Yeah, Mrs. Sewell, she was there guiding me all along. She was probably one of the most important people during my term, and I would never have been able to do what I did without her.
Let's talk about your term. You have a set of responsibilities, just like any governor does. What were yours?
One of my biggest responsibilities was, of course, executing my plan ACT. Awareness, communicate, and take action. I did that through Club BU, which is a club I created. In Club BU, we learned about different cultures. I had a core team of 5th grade representatives from my class, from different cultures, where we researched about different cultures and created them into presentations, which we presented at Club BU meetings. It was very amazing to see all these presentations, and we even once called in a dancer to teach us a dance on a folk song, Shalom, which means peace in the world. It was just a very unique experience. Another thing that we did was we had a food sale with fusion foods from different cultures. And we also hosted a cricket tournament. During that food sale, we raised almost $200 and we donated all of it. One of the things that I did was I covered different cultural holidays. I talked to families who celebrated these cultural holidays, and I documented what they said in my blog. I was happy to cover Chinese or Lunar New Year, St. Patrick's Day, Holi, Cinco de Mayo, Juneteenth, July 4th, Thanksgiving, Rosh Hashanah, Hanukkah, Christmas, Diwali, and more. It was an amazing experience learning about all these holidays and their customs and rituals, and it felt so amazing to be a part of these holidays, and it felt like I was celebrating along with them. And I wanted everyone to feel this way, because it's so amazing to see the differences that we have and how that makes us such a diverse planet.
What kind of feedback did you get from people by doing that?
A lot of people started understanding about these different holidays, and they felt more connected with other people who did celebrate these holidays. And especially I felt so much more connected to my friends and peers who did celebrate these holidays, and I felt like I could join them in their celebration, and I could be a part of what they were celebrating. And it made me feel so good, and I just wish and I hope that it makes everyone else feel really good as well.
Talk about empowering 5th graders. That tells me a lot about what 5th graders can do when they're given a chance.
Yeah, 5th graders can do so much when they're just given a chance to execute their ideas, and we don't give them enough credit for that. And I think our world could be such a much better place if we let 5th graders try or say something that they're passionate about, because 5th graders and kids see the world in a much different perspective.
How do you know this about 5th graders? You were one yourself, but give us some more about that.
Because I definitely remember thinking that some things that my parents or other adults in my life didn't understand, but my friends understood those, and I saw that it's not that adults are not trying to listen, it's just that their perspective is a little different, and kids' perspective is different. So that's why kids don't speak as much, because they're afraid to say something that they're passionate about.
How could parents help in that?
My parents supported me all throughout during Oregon Kid Governor, which was like a really important part of my term. Without them, nothing would have been achievable. And I think that all parents definitely support their kids, but the kids have to take the first step by saying something. They have to take the first step.
And put it out there and say, let's talk about it. Listen, back and forth. That's a wonderful thought. What did you do in terms of going places? Kid governors do a lot of public speaking and meeting and greeting, just like regular governors, but it's different. What was your experience?
So one of the most amazing experiences that I had was meeting some of our honorable government officials. And it was a great experience to talk to them and learn about how the government works and what's their role. And due to COVID, I wasn't able to meet them in person, but I was able to talk on Zoom.
That's right. This was during the COVID era, and no one could meet in person.
Yes, but we met over Zoom, and it was still great, and it was just amazing to learn about all the government officials and what they do.
I find it interesting that these other governors, including Oregon's governor, were interested in talking to you. What did they want to know about you?
When I was serving, the governor of Oregon was Kate Brown, and she asked me about what I was doing, and it was amazing to see how the real governor of Oregon was interested in what I'm doing as a kid, as a 5th grader. That was just an amazing experience. It was like none other, and I thought it was just amazing to see how people were listening to what I had to say, especially adults and government officials who are literally running our state.
What an experience, both ways.
Yes. It definitely did help me in my perspective and things that I could use for what I was doing and strategies that I could try. Like, there was a time during the leadership summit where I got to meet, at the time, the Connecticut kid governor and the New Hampshire kid governor over Zoom, which was a great experience for me because I got to meet them and I got to talk about what I was doing, and they talked about what they were doing, and it showed me new strategies that I could implement here in Oregon that people are implementing all around the USA.
And what does that tell you about how things could be?
I think that if all the states in the USA had a kid governor program, kid governors could meet from all across the USA and they could share what they've been doing and how they've been doing stuff, which could change everyone's perspectives, and other kid governors could also do those stuff. And we could all learn from them, and we could all be able to, we could all use those strategies and use them here in Oregon and in all the states and make the entire world and USA, the entire world, a much better place for us to live in.
Any other thoughts?
One thing that I want to say is that I want to thank all the people who helped me along the way, like my family and my teacher and everyone who stood by me, and I'm really grateful for them because I couldn't have done it without them, and it was really because of them that this was able to happen. And the last thing I want to reiterate, one of the Club BU mottos that we had is that in a world where we can be anything, be kind and be you.
Tanish, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself today, not the 5th grader, but the 9th grader you are. What are your interests?
I'm a 9th grader at Westview High School in the Beaverton School District. I love to play the guitar, and my favorite subject is math. And I love to volunteer for any community events that we're having. And it just makes me feel like I'm doing something for our community and I'm helping our community grow, which gives me an amazing feel inside.
If people want to know more about the Kid Governor program, is there a website?
Yes, there is a website for the Oregon Kid Governor program. You can just search up Oregon Kid Governor, or it's or.kidgovernor.org.
Tanish Garg with the 9th grader in the Beaverton Unified School District and the 2021 Oregon Kid Governor. Thank you so much for being my guest today on InSight. And thank you for joining us today on InSight. I'm Wendy Brokaw.